before we start, right, I would like to ask you guys to introduce a 30-second introduction from
Sure.
designer to, okay, we'll start from her, ladies first, from a designer to founder journey. So maybe you can actually start introducing yourself.
Yeah, so I'm Shay. So yeah, my journey is very new in terms of from a corporate employee to a founder, as in it started yesterday with the launch of the Loops at UX India. So pre that, I've been working in corporate environment, and then in March of this year, I kind of had the aha moment and decided to make the leap and do, instead of making amazing products for other people, make amazing products for designers. So that's what I've been working on for the last 6 months to be here today, which is exciting.
Great. Thank you. And thanks for even sponsoring. Your first venture, and then you're already sponsoring. That means you're on the progress. Okay. Anil?
Hi, I'm Anil Reddy. I'm an artist by heart, designer by soul, and an entrepreneur by choice. So I founded Lollipop Design Studio in 2011 and scaled it to 280 people team across 8 centers, 4 in India and 4 outside. And last year I exited Lollipop and I thought I'll take a break and I'll chill. I'll do nothing. I'll just motorbike, go across the world, travel, but nature had a different plan. Now I'm into starting another product company, which I'll talk more about it. And it is in the pet space. I got 2 dogs. And after that, I'm back into the game again.
Great. Thank you.
Hi, name's Sankalp, been a product designer for the last 13 years. Recently quit my job to build couple of startups because I've been doing 0 to 1 for founders and startup for all my life. So thought now I'm betting on others. It's time to bet on myself. So yeah.
Okay. So, Sankalp, you said 13 years you've been as a product designer, right?
Not 30, sorry. Not that old.
Not that
13.
30.
13. 13.
Gray hair, I thought.
Okay,
13. So, what was that aha moment to made you realize that, from a designer to become a founder?
Yeah, I think 2 things. One, and I've been talking to other folks here. One, I think every designer makes tons of side projects when they are young or going through their career. I've been doing the same. Have done 20 plus projects on the side without
20 plus side projects
without making money. So basically, building up the muscle to do more and more products. But this time around, when I saw that with the AI, what Cursor, Windsurf, all the other AI tools are able to give me the superpower, because I've been always been screwed by my deaf friends. I can design. I have to rely on them to code. I think the time has changed. Designers can now code, and coders can now design with the power of.
So you're saying,
yeah,
your aha moment is
my aha moment
AI?
is AI. My aha moment is AI. Is that I can now leave my job. Don't need employer to pay me to design. I can also design, build, and market, and see if that sticks. Yeah.
Okay. Great. Anil, what is your aha moment?
I
think you have 2 aha moments, right?
So we design aha. So there are a couple of aha moments, but before that, I would like to share one oh moment.
Okay.
I think the first project at Lollipop was a disaster. And I received an email from the client after designing 150 screens, spending 3 months and charging only 7,000 rupees. This was back in 2012. I got an email from the client saying that you're one of the worst designer I've ever seen, and you should not build a company. That was
you should not build a company. Okay, that's bad.
So aha moment at Lollipop was when we designed and launched Myntra, and then Swiggy, then Paytm, and the way people reacted to it, and that was the best moment. And my new company that I've started, my aha moment is yet to come, but people are loving it. I don't call that aha, but I'm looking forward to an aha moment.
Okay. So I'm going to ask you a twist a little bit, like how did you move from a designer to founder? What was that aha moment?
A designer to founder.
Yeah.
After working 13 years, I worked for Vogelby, TBWAI.
See, everybody is talking about 13 years. Something is good, right? I think once you cross 13 years, you must move to Entrepreneurship.
There's
Yeah.
nothing about the 13 number.
Yes, 13.
So after working for 13 years, then I realized I kind of I hit a point where I was the design director and I didn't know what's above that, and I didn't feel like it was challenging enough. And one big challenge that I wanted to take was to come back to India to set up a design studio. So imagine in 2012 talking about UX, UI, and research, that was an alien topic. So I took the risk.
What time is it? 2012. 12 also. Though we started in 2000, they were talking about this. Even after 12 years, so yes, you're right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 2011-12, and when I came back, I think the first thing was I disappeared from India for 10 years. And then coming back and starting it fresh was a big challenge. And the question was aha moment. Right?
Yes. It's a podcast now.
Yeah, there are a couple of it. I think the first project that went live, the people recognized the design studio. People fell in love with the name Lollipop. And then the number of downloads that happened on the mobile app and the number of visitors on the website was something that we celebrated.
Okay.
And people started talking good about the projects that we were designing. I think we celebrated all the aha moments.
Okay. So actually, you triggered me another question, but it becomes a podcast. Otherwise, I'll do it separately, but I'll come back to the round. But Shay, what about you? What was your moment? You've been doing great, right? BP and all, and sort of.
Yeah, I've been doing design. I was 25 years. I feel like I should have done it 12 years ago. Everyone else did it after 13. I've still been working away for 25 years. So, yeah, I suppose I had the perception that I was just going to kind of carry on in the corporate world. And I think I wasn't really looking for something else. I had different ideas like every other designer that I was playing around with. But I think something kind of, as was said before, the emergence of AI and the fact that I saw an opportunity, but also a potential risk to the design industry. I have to do something about it. And I think I've kind of got the skills and experience to be able to do it.
Wow.
So a bit of faith and a bit of a leap. And I think it was just, I was so passionate about it. I was like, I need to do this. And it just kind of, I don't know, it's that designer emotional reaction. I don't know if it's made perfect sense at all, but I just knew that that's the thing to do.
For both of you, like AI is a kind of how moment to change.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. What about all of us, right? AI now is easy for, I think maybe next year we can have, maybe the panel should be much bigger here, right? What do you guys think? With all AI, yeah, great. So I'm going back to the naming, right? I think I see interesting names. What is it, the loop?
Yeah, so I suppose it came from the idea around feedback loops. So that's where it kind of came from. But the reason, I suppose, for the S as well is like lots of times a feedback loop is just one way or the other. But we wanted to kind of convey the idea that it's continual, that feedback and growth is an ongoing cycle. So that's where the kind of name has come from. Yeah.
Wonderful. So, Anil, like, what is popcorn, lollipop, and all those? Suddenly, like, because this is not today, right? Today we can understand. How did you think about such a interesting name that time?
So lollipop was one candy where it leaves a mark on your tongue, and it's an experience, and that's what we wrote around the name. But the name Lollipop was given by my son, and after that, to promote it, we wrote some story around it. Lollipop is an experience; it leaves a mark on your tongue. Blah 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 blah, and all that. And my son's daycare was called Lollipop. So I was thinking what to name my company. I named it Pixie Tree. Nobody liked the name. And
So the daycare is still there?
sorry,
The daycare is still there?
no, the daycare is still there.
So is there a confusion when you type like name?
I had crazy confusion. So in Bangalore, there's an area called HSR. And on the main road, on the 27th main road, we had our office with a Lollipop logo on it. A lot of parents used to walk in and ask for lollipops. They used to ask for birthday return gifts and all that. And so, yeah, that was the naming was
Okay.
I think people fell in love with the name.
Wonderful, wonderful. Hey, Sankalp, like, I actually admired one name called Boring. That
Boring
Boring is
Boring
from-
company. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Elon Musk company,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like this is also interesting. What is next door?
Next door, I'm glad you asked because then Harish can't ask the editors to cut it out. Yes, so I have. I think who here hoards domains, goes on the internet, buys. I think I see a few hands. So I reserve most of the domains that I have an idea on. Next door is basically, so I've been a job seeker myself. Everybody who's working, they try to find jobs. It's very scattered. My pain is you have to go on LinkedIn, you have to depend on your friends to tell you what the job is about. But post COVID, the trend, I'm seeing, I'm a big remote evangelist, but I'm seeing more and more of my friends trying to figure out jobs that are nearby them. So what's the next door company that is hiring nearby you? Some think Airbnb, but for discovering companies. So I'm putting all the startups hiring on a map.
Okay, I thought actually like you have your house is like maybe a little hidden, and then people knock the door and they say, no, next door.
Yeah.
Sankalp, no, next door. That's how you got inspired. Okay.
No, so I did bunch of play with the names, but you end up taking the name that is available.
Okay.
So next startup wasn't available. Something was 4 lakhs for a year price. This was the cheapest and
How many lakhs you paid? How many lakhs you paid?
This I think this is the most cheapest one. I think 1,000 or something rupees per year. Yeah.
Oh, okay, great. Okay, great. Shay, my next question is like, what is that superpower is needed to become a founder? And what is your superpower?
Oh gosh, that's a good question. I suppose to be a founder, I think you need to have faith. So you need to have faith in your own ability and a real kind of hunger to put the hours in as well, because it's not easy. So that's one thing I've probably learned over the last 6 months. I was like, I can do this. This will be great. But then what I've learned is you need to be really tenacious and hardworking and persevere in order to make it happen. And I think that's why designers make such good entrepreneurs, because we're so used to being the people that everyone's like, oh no, design's easy, I don't need design. And you have to be in the room convincing people like all of the time in your day job. So that's exactly what you have to be as a founder, is be able to go in and convince people that this is the idea and this is the solution. So I think like the 25 years of working, I didn't realize at the time is exactly the skills you need now in order to like sell that vision to people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, on a lighter side, hunger means hunger for money?
No, I mean, I do have to pay the bills, and I'm not going to lie, but I think a real hunger and desire to like make a change, to do something different.
Okay.
You can't just kind of go into it going, oh, this would be nice, I want to earn like lots of cash. You have to go into it going, I have a real desire and hunger to make and do something different. Because if you're not all in and you don't really believe in it, then you're not going to be able to stay the course, I don't think.
So I think you already have some people in India, right?
Yes.
You have a team in India.
Yes, so the development's happening.
So you apply these principles also like a faith and all to your like company and team and people and all, or how do you use that? Is that like a kind of faith you said?
Yeah, I suppose faith, when I use the word faith, I think it's that kind of belief that...
Belief on your people?
Belief in the people, belief in yourself, that you need to really be able to trust the people. Like I've got a co-founder, you really need to have kind of faith in their ability, their capability, that they're going to pull their weight, and that your team's going to do that as well. Like trusting the people you're with, I think is really important.
That means if somebody is interested in applying for the loop,
yeah,
right? So what do you see in them? What do you want? Like you want to recruit them? What is that abilities?
I suppose it's a bit like I was talking about yesterday. There's lots of people who can do great technical work, but it's the people who have that real desire and go-getter kind of approach, who are thinking outside the box, who are not just coming saying, and it was even when I was hiring at BT, it's not coming just saying, I'm great at executing X, Y, and Z, but coming and saying, you need me because I can change I can change your company. I've got a great idea to add to it. You want people kind of in your organization that want to be in the boat with you, not just taking the salary at the end of the day. And I think that's what I've always done in terms of hiring previously, or anyone we've brought into the loop so far. It's people who are bringing their expertise and their knowledge and their point of view as well, rather than us just telling them what to do all the time.
Great. So what do you think? Like, you already have 1,000 people working for you or something like that? Yeah. So what do you differ with her, or you agree with her, or you have a different approach when you are recruiting people and,
regarding recruiting people?
recruiting, yeah.
So I have a different way to approach to it. To go back to your question about what are the advantages of being a designer and starting a company,
Yeah.
I think my biggest advantage is pencil and paper. So as soon as you decide to start something of your own, there's plenty ideas running in your head.
Yeah.
For normal people who can't put that down in a paper, right? All the ideas are in their head.
Yeah.
For me, I transfer it to the paper and then take it back to the studio. Then I start working on it. The kind of people that I have been hiring is similar people like me.
Yeah.
They're really good interns, junior level designers out there. Now I've turned them into entrepreneurs.
Wonderful.
So they're not just the designers. The new company that I've started, Happy Pet, all the designers are doing sales.
Oh, yeah.
So you can see them on LinkedIn now. There's an intern who joined recently, and now she's selling the product that she actually designed. So I love to hire those kind of people.
So when are they going to leave now?
So it's all over. It's like random. It's not a particular university or anything. But I always value people who don't think, right? Who can turn that into something. Like, for example, idea for most of them is I didn't even attempt. That's a full form of an idea for most of the people. They have ideas, but they don't even attempt. But in my studio, if you get an idea, we have a board, they pin it on it, and all the ideas, we turn it into reality without computers.
Wow.
So everything is on board, everything is on paper and a pen, and we discuss, and after that evening it's out. And tools are so easy. AI is here. There's so many things, and by overnight we turn that into an idea. Next day we launch it. So that's the speed that we work at.
I think you guys have seen like with some set of people talking about AI, and then suddenly it's talking about, completely contrast, whether paper and pen. That's kind of wonderful.
I love AI. It's like, it just helps me speed up things. The things that I don't know, AI helps me. Like my colleague doesn't know to illustrate, so she can use AI to illustrate. And I really suck at writing English paragraphs and stuff. AI is there to help me out. So it speeds up things.
Sure. So what is your superpower to start?
I was going to say buying domains, but then I thought I should be serious, a little bit serious. I think superpower is let me think. I think once the speed that I have with AI is the superpower. I think you have to iterate a little bit with AI, with Cursor, Claude or GPT, whatever you use. But I think once you get a hang of it in just, I think 5 days max, you don't need to sit on your ass. You can just move with the idea that you have. I think that can become the superpower. I think that's what all the products that I'm shipping, one product a month is a month, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
is it like a prototype or
no, all fully functional product, paid users. So I think that is the superpower. That could be the superpower.
Okay.
And then for designers, I think learning how to market and sales, what Reddy is also saying, you have to learning. I've seen it that many people design, build it, and just leave it at there, or let's say they will go on the internet shitpost for a bit and hope that it works. But it just takes time. It takes time. You have to put it out there, keep marketing it, keep selling it. You'll figure it out. Yeah.
Right. So, Shay, I think majorly for you, this question, you're just moving out from BP to the Loop, right?
Yes.
By end of this month, you are out of BP? Is it like?
Yes, 30th of September is my last day at BP, so a week and a bit.
Okay. So when you are actually must be having a big team as a design leader.
Yes.
And now you're becoming a design entrepreneur, right?
Yeah.
So what is the difference when you are dealing with people, when you are at BP and dealing with people at the Loop?
I suppose in terms of, so at the moment the design team's quite big and it's global. And now I'm in a team of like a handful of people. So the nature of the job is definitely changing in terms of I've gone from, I suppose, everyone wanting to talk to me because I'm a BP and wanting jobs to now I've got to go out and like sell and convince people in a different way. So it's going to be a bit of a shift. I mean, it's exciting. It's what I wanted to do.
You're doing this at the same time.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. But at the same time, I've got that kind of dual track thing where at one side I'm like a BP and everyone's like talking to me, you know, I'm quite senior. They want me in the room, and now I'm a founder and they're like, what's this? Convince me. So it's a bit of a strange mix at the moment.
Great.
But it's a nice change. It's something that's challenging and pushes yourself in a different way, I think.
Wonderful. Okay, I think I have a question for you. What was the biggest fear you had about making the leap?
I'll talk about my new company because Lollipop was much easier because that's what I learned.
But you just came from New Zealand, right? That time?
Yeah, I just came from New Zealand
and you didn't have a job.
I didn't have a job yet.
Yeah, and then you just wanted to start it. What was it?
Yeah, I came with an intention of starting something, but I was not sure what to start.
Yeah, but what were you thinking during that time? Like how many months you can survive without a job?
So financially, I backed myself for 6 months.
6 months.
And the first 3 months went into registering the company.
Okay.
That's how difficult it is. Now it's much easier. And figuring out what company I should register, and again, looking for domains, what should I name my company? And then I realized that I am not good at sales. I can't do sales.
Yeah.
It took me a month to realize that because 13 years of working for a company, they never let you do sales. So they spoon feed you, they bring the project, they put it on the table, and all you have to do is craft the project and give it back to them.
Okay.
And from there to coming back and figuring things on your own. So, and again, where are the projects and who's going to pay money for it? And how can I collect the money once I finish the project? It took me 6 months. That 6 months was learning. It was actually disaster. I'll name it as learning. Okay. And after that, 1 year of no income, big borrow.
Like 1.6?
Yeah, it's almost 1 year of no income.
No income.
To mention about my first project, beautiful feedback from the customer. And from there, I thought I should go back to New Zealand. But that ego of I don't want people to talk about this fellow came and went back to New Zealand. So that kept me in Bangalore. And then search for projects. One thing I realized in design, right? If you do sales, no one's going to buy it. I think you'll have to educate people or talk about the impact of design. That's what I failed to do.
Okay.
I tried to knock doors and tell them about UX, UI. It was an alien topic.
How did you realize that? When did you realize that?
Right after that email that I got.
Okay.
Then I thought I should go out and speak about the user experience and user interface with the research driven. Then I spoke about it, and my first forum that I spoke, hardly anyone came. But I'm very good at marketing myself. So I went on internet and I put it as overwhelming response from the crowd. Only 3 people came.
Okay.
So I put it as overwhelming response. Thank you so much. I asked my team to take some creative photograph which looked like there were crowd over there. I wish AI was there. I could have filled the scenes with it. And then the first project, when it came, when I got my first project, then I didn't want to repeat the same mistake.
Okay.
And I put my heart and soul into it, and I really wanted to show an impact of design, and that reached 1 million people.
Okay.
And from there, no sales. So we had good problem. We had 150 leads coming in every month for Lollipop. And thus we grew to 280 people.
280 people. Great. Wonderful. I think we should give him a... Yeah. So my question is still like what was your mindset that time? Like almost like a year. When did you make the first dollar or a rupee? Like after 6 months or a year after a year, right?
We started making money, but it was not enough to pay rentals and salary.
Yeah, but what were you thinking? Like you had once like want to go back, and then now you're not making enough money. But how did you survive?
It's like you're digging a gold and you can hear the noise. So you're digging it, and somewhere you feel like you're very close to it, and that's the feeling I had.
Because that's the most I see most of us has got that fear of failure, and then what if I can make it, right? I think most of you had the similar thing. Yeah, but this is very crucial. That how do you, like, you are married, that time, right? You had
Married,
two
2
kids.
kids.
2 kids.
So I had to let go my apartment, which I was paying EMI for, and a lot of financial things. And then I took a rented place, and that's where Lollipop was started. And then once I got the first project, and the founder was very good, I had charged only 60,000 rupees, and I'd like already calculated how much the 60,000 will last. And the founder was so good, he came back. I mean, the project became successful. He gave me a 1.5 lakh rupees check.
Wow. Is it Netherlands?
No, Bangalore.
Bangalore.
He gave me a check of 1.5 lakh rupees as an appreciation. He's Varun Agarwal. He's the founder of Alma Mater, and he wrote a book about how I dared. He wrote a book called How I Dared Anu Auntie and co-founded a $1 million company. And there was a recent Bollywood movie about him.
Oh,
So he wrote a 1.5 lakh rupees check, and very nice. It's great, wonderful. So a lot of good clients, and
yeah. So, I think this is your 5th company, or is it 4th company?
Third
Third?
third one. I intend to finish 6 by the end of the year.
End of the year. 6.
End of the year.
Okay. So, like you have these 3 companies, right? It's not like
I would say products. So 2 things I just want to address what Reddy was saying. One, when you start a company, so I think people do it in reverse. I still haven't registered any of the products as a company. All of them are products. Let them make some money. I'll register them.
okay.
Because registering in a company in India is a pain in the ass. So
It's not that
trying
easy.
to avoid.
Can register a company? Is that not easy?
Sorry?
It's not that easy to register a company or a product.
It is, but I think when you're starting out, I think the biggest focus you should have is making money from the product and not focusing on other things, which is, let's say, register the company or go and try to go for a VC round. I think these are all distractions. What I have realized doing 0 to 1 with other founders is for your startup or product to survive, you have to make it the first year. And then something is credible enough to call yourself a founder or a startup.
Okay.
Most people do it backwards. Let's register a company, startup, VC, and then they focus on the product. My learning has been just do the product. If people pay, then you can make it a company. Idea, product, then do the startup. And then if it has more merit, then it can go and become a bigger company.
Okay.
The second one, what Reddy was saying about money, the hack I have found is if you're starting out in your career, save whatever your salary. Let's say hypothetical number is 50,000 rupees you need to survive every month, whatever that is, rent, food, whatever. Multiply that by 6 months, and let's say that is 6 lakhs. I usually do 12 months and save it. Start saving it now. So you have a runway of 1 year. So that gives you great confidence to leave your job, say fuck off to your boss anytime you want.
Beep.
Beep, yeah. Harish is the editor. Yeah. So you can do all that. So I've taken one sabbatical before this, then worked 3 years. Now I'm treating this again as a sabbatical.
Okay.
And if things goes to shit, then I think the biggest hack is get married. Wife's jewelry is always in the back pocket. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So sorry, what was your question? So those two.
Even I forgot. Okay. So you're saying that Nextdoor.company you just only registered website, no company is there.
It's a website product. That's it. I'll register when I make more money.
Okay. Anybody wants to register the company, we can still help.
Feel free. Yes, please go.
Okay. Nextdoor. What can you say?
Nextdoor
company.
So the idea is
Private
not
limited.
to all four. If I have to register all the companies for all the products, I'll be just doing paperwork. Idea is I'll take whatever name, nobody cares what the company name is. Product name matters.
Okay.
Like Loop is great, Happy Pet is great.
Yeah.
Whatever the company. So my last startup, which was funded by Lightspeed, we changed the product name multiple times, but the company was called Declarative System.
Okay.
Very unsexy. Nobody cares. It comes on in my paycheck. What is this? a very unsexy paycheck. The money is good, but the name is very bad. So yeah, nobody really looks at the name of the company.
Okay. So then my question was, I think I'll rephrase a bit. They're not companies. Like you have 3 products, right?
3 products. Right?
So have you ever failed?
Yeah, well, all the 20 projects that I've done during my day
20
job.
projects.
Yeah.
Like you're calling them projects, not products now.
Not products, because as I said, you have to be very realistic with what you're doing. Be honest to yourself. If you're going to make money, then it's a product. If it's not going to, you're not looking to make money from this product, then it's not a product. It's a project that you're trying to learn from, and you build a lot of skills: design, engineering, marketing. Then if you do sales, copywriting, there are tons of things to study by doing this. And I think with AI, we have to be a little bit careful. If you are practicing using AI, then all these core skills you will not learn. You will just have to be, you'll be relying on the AI to tell you what's the marketing plan, what's the sales plan, and you will just try and execute and fail again and again. So I would say, go back to what Reddy was saying, pen and paper is your best friend when you're starting out. Yeah.
So you have been like saying 6 products by end of the year, maybe next year we have 20 products like that, right? So what is actually the thing you start a product? Is just you get an idea and then you start a project and then throw it to the market and see? Or do you see anything like, okay, is it viable and the business viability? Do you look into that? Or
Yeah. So being a designer, I think the user research part that we always do.
the research or business market research?
Everything. So the business and market research came after all of my years of working with founders, because as a designer, we don't care about the business initially. But that's what founders nail into you. Ki, don't just give me these pixels. What else can you do? And if you have good boss, then they will ask for it. So when I'm starting out, I'm trying to solve my own problems. So the first idea was I track a lot of what I do. So and I am very scattered throughout the day. So what are the 3 goals that I can do today? So the domain came as 3goals.today. The second was the recruitment is very pain. AI layer hasn't happened in the recruitment. AI layer has happened in coding, tech, but recruitment is a little bit behind. So how do you make a high value team with AI layer? So the domain became high value team. Finding companies next door to you. So next door company. So solving my own problems, figuring out if the market exists. The easiest way is put up a landing page, put up a image button, and talk to people, see if people can pay. And that's how you validate. Most of the ideas got validated within a week. If they are not getting validated, you have to go and knock more doors. Don't give up yet. I would say try a few more weeks. If that doesn't work out, close the shop. Next idea.
Okay. So, Shay, I think it looks like this is too much of contrast, right? Like now you're leaving high-paid salaried jobs, and now you're
Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah. And you're not experimenting like Sankalp, right? Like, okay, let me make 5 loops and then let's see whichever loop works.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you decide? How do you know that the loop is going to work?
I don't think you know that anything's going to work entirely. That's where the faith that you've got a good idea comes in. I suppose what we've launched with in terms of the loops is our the core of the idea, but both me and my co-founder, we've got a whole list of other things that are adjacent to this, ways we could pivot. And I suppose to the point before, it's like we wanted to get the core idea out. We've tested it. We've spoken to people about it. We think there's something there. Get it out. And then if the feedback is, and I've had great feedback yesterday, there's some areas that I was like, oh, we should add that. We'll put that in the backlog and we'll start to evolve the product and the ideas around that. So it could be that this initial idea evolves and into something completely different, but that we've got a strong enough signal today that this is the right way to start. And then we just need to be really open to user feedback, to market feedback, and to keep on evolving it as we go along.
I understand, you come from user research and then design, right?
Yes.
So obviously you take user feedback and then you improve the product and refine it and iterate it. How do you do the market research and how do you know that it is going to be hit in the market?
I suppose what we've done is had a look at what the size of the design market is. So how many designers there are, how many design managers. So have a look at like what our market size is, looking at who the competitors are in the market. Is there someone else doing something the same or similar, so we know where we're unique, and so how we can position ourselves in the market, where there might be threats in terms of somebody else might be doing some parts better. So when we first had the idea in kind of March, April time, that was the first thing we did, was like, this seems great to us. Is someone else doing it? So like kind of spend a lot of time, I say a lot of time, but a month or so really looking at what the size of the market is and then what other competitors there are. So that's kind of where we started, because both me and my co-founder are funding this ourselves. So we've put our own money against it. So we want to make sure that we're really investing something that we see potential to have a return.
Mm-hmm. And what was your incubation time for this?
So we had the idea in March and we launched it yesterday.
March in this year?
Yes.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, so we had the conversation in March and we launched it yesterday. So however many months.
Okay. Launched it yesterday. Yes. Great.
That's the amount of time, but I think it's the...
Launch too late.
Yeah. I suppose it's that, as we were saying before, it's like I could sit there for the next 2 years crafting it and thinking this is great and tinkering with it, or we go, I think I've got a strong enough signal, I can see there's enough market there, let's get it out and get the actual kind of feedback, and if it doesn't work, pivot. But as you were saying before, it's kind of about getting it out there, because I see lots of designers, and I've got friends who have got these ideas. It's like people writing a book. They've like writing a book their entire life. They're talking about this startup they're going to do entirely. And I suppose that's what we've tried to do, is not get caught up in it. We've gone, okay, what can we get out? What can we get feedback on? And just go for it.
Okay.
Yeah, especially with AI. I think if you don't do it now, we'll get disrupted next year anyway.
Right. But I think most of us will have the similar confusion, like, you know that market is going to be there and then you have a great product. Do you think we should have some traction before you leave the current job?
Potentially, that might have been an idea. But as was mentioned before, I've kind of taken the approach. I've saved, I've got 6 months as well of salary, because I'm the primary earner in my family. So I've got kids and a house to pay for. So I think that potentially you could do that, but also I felt that it was a point that I really wanted to invest in something for myself, in myself, and I think we could have been even faster if I hadn't have been doing this in evenings and weekends. And so it came to that point where it's like, at a certain point you need to invest in yourself and just go for it. And I'm really lucky, I've got a very supportive family, and they're like, you've got to have a crack at it once, you talk about it, you need to go do it. So I think the support network around having a good co-founder, having a good support in your family, kind of goes, okay, I'm not just jumping on my own, I'm jumping with other people.
Great. So Anil, do you have any question for her? Because both of them had that emergency fund left, but for you it was differently.
Not question, but I think this is going to be a beautiful journey now that AI is here.
Yeah.
Sure, you're going to do wonderful.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, great.
Any support in India, I'm there.
Yeah. So I think that question, for you, I was asking any failure, right? And I think you already have spoke about the lollipop. And the second project, I think it was the Happy Pet, right? So how was that actually? Like you incubated or anything similar story?
Yeah.
Or,
So Happy Pet was not a planned one. I have no idea about the pet industry. So after a lollipop acquisition, I made some money and I invested in a pet startup.
Okay.
And it was a pet store. And then I had no clue he's my good friend. And over the drink, I committed and I said, I'll invest in the company. And then he opened a store that store didn't do well for the first 3-4 months. Then after that, I came and I visited the store and I didn't like anything about the store. Then I wore my designer hat. I redid this entire
Designer hat or investor hat?
not investor hat. Investor hat, then I would sit on him and pressure him. So I wore the designer hat and I visited the store and I didn't like anything about the store.
Okay.
So we named it Pet Warehouse and we released an ad saying that we are the new Decathlon and DMart for the pet store, which worked wonders for us. And then we made every product affordable, grooming affordable. And the branding is something that I'm good at. So I designed the entire brand and I quickly built website. And guys, if you don't know about me, apart from designer, I also code.
You code?
Yeah. The entire Shopify with API plugins and
You
stuff.
sketch and you design and code and do pet and all. Okay.
So we launched the website. Where website got us some business. The store got us some business. And after that, within 1 year, we scaled to 5 stores in Bangalore.
Wow.
And that's the power of designers doing business.
Okay.
So I put all my design practice into a pet store.
Uh-huh.
And then while doing it, I realized that all the information that I wanted to scale the pet store is not available. I wanted a tool for a CRM and to run my calendars for appointments. There is no single tool that was meant for pet industry.
Okay.
And that's when Happy Pet happened.
Wow.
Then I said, leave the stores aside. Now my wife handles the store. And I was like, let me build global's first pet technology company.
Wow.
So here we are building SaaS platform. We built a mobile app for pet parents to manage the entire cycle of the pets. And we built a portal which brings the entire pet industry together. And the beauty of this is I asked my sister to fund it. And she has 2 dogs and I convinced her. And she put in some money.
Okay.
Then I told her it will take 2 years to build this. We built it in 1 year.
Wow.
With the help of AI. We built it in 1 year. We launched it, and in the 1 year, 3 months, we started seeing revenues, and now we are scaling it. Next month, I'm off to Canada. I'm launching Happy Pet there.
So you actually, the way you are telling us that everything was an accidental, like an accidental entrepreneur, and you said, okay, I just invested, and now it became big now, right? So you tell the truth now. Why pet?
Why?
Why pet?
Why pet?
No, because you had a design lollipop.
I still don't have an answer for that. Nobody knows why pet. But now that I'm in the pet industry, I'm absolutely loving this.
It's not like, you researched and you found an opportunity, market size, nothing like that. You just invested, and that's what it made it like so simple that, I'm just liking it and I'll just invest and I become big. It looks, the formula is completely different. Yeah.
The last person to do market research and all that.
Oh, okay.
So I would go out and manufacture same water bottle,
okay,
but position it different, and I'll figure out how to sell it.
So you're saying anything, if you position it differently, you can make it big.
Yeah.
Wow, that's great.
So that's what I believe. And pet store, there are plenty pet stores in Bangalore. Bangalore had around 220 pet stores. So when I invested out of emotion because he's my good friend.
Okay.
So when I put my money in, when I saw the business was not doing good, then I wore my designer hat and I started tweaking it, fixing it.
So I think this is a great point, right? Because yesterday I was talking about designers, like we're emotional, and then, our most of the decisions are very emotional and all. But as a businessman, you're assured, okay, what do I get? And no, I'll just cut it off and wire them. I don't hire, you are like, you want your employees to be like entrepreneurs, and you are emotionally connected to your pets, and then you want to invest, and then this is a bit different. And maybe it should resonate with all our designers, right? Because one of the reasons we all think that as a designer, we don't have those business capabilities and technologies, but AI is already helping. So, but with the sensitivities, still be a great business guy.
And one of the bigger challenge in this domain is you have to learn the domain fast.
Okay.
I'm such a new face to the domain. In design, everybody knows me, and whatever I say in design, everyone will accept. Now, if you see me on LinkedIn, right, I'm telling a new story about myself. I'm telling that I'm less of a designer and more of a pet person now. So people think I'm an animal psychologist.
Okay.
Which I'm not. Some people think that I talk to dogs. Sometimes, yes, when I'm drunk, I talk to. But you have to learn the domain fast. So I plan to do a course now that people think I'm some animal therapist or
What's
psychologist.
about speaking to do with dogs?
Speaking to dogs and
Speaking
whatever
dogs.
animals. So
Okay.
So I'm ready to do that, and that's how open you should be. Any domain that you get into it, become a pro in the domain.
Okay.
Without becoming that, if you try to build a product, I think you'll be shooting in the dark.
Okay.
You'll have no idea. Then eventually you'll burn out because I'm risking someone's money. My sister is an investor, and it's a relationship. If it was any other investor, I could say that this is not working. Bye bye.
Okay.
I have to see my sister and brother-in-law's face every day. And taking money from relatives is the worst thing. And I hope my sister is not watching this. But she is a great investor. But it's her money, and I'm answerable to that money.
Yeah.
And the money that she invested, she said, I'll back you for 2 years. But now the challenge is, can I finish it in 1 year and use the rest of the money for sales and marketing?
Okay.
And I finished it in 1 year, and I had enough funds left for sales and marketing, which I'm investing in sales and marketing now. And PET works through communities, and I have to connect with that community. So I'm sponsoring the community. I'm going and being a part of it. Now, suddenly from a designer, I'm like talking to dogs, cats, birds, and it's like my mom thinks I've gone mad.
Okay.
And yeah,
So what do they say when you are talking to pets?
though a T-shirt says dog therapy.
Okay.
And I asked the dogs, what's the future of happy pet? Yeah, it's fun. People, designers here, if you want to explore pet industry, please talk to me. It's a great industry to be in, and all your empathy, research, all those things you can put it in practice.
Yeah.
And it's real practice.
Yeah.
Because humans, empathy and all that, we keep it aside. I think we have done enough. There's enough books and research papers about it. Imagine creating a paper about dogs and empathy and emotions about dogs, right? It's beautiful. That gap is still there. I invite all the researchers to come and participate.
Sure. Sankalp, coming to the domain related, right? He was just saying he was very comfortable starting a design studio. Most of us, when we talk about design entrepreneurship, I'm going to start my design studio, right? That's the obvious answer because you are very comfortable. What is you already have 3 products, they are all from 3 different domains, or what is your comfort level on that?
The question is about the domain difference.
Yeah.
So I think
You're a designer, right? Is it all your products related to design?
No.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
one is a productivity app, the other is in recruitment, and the third one is for job seekers, marketplace. As I said, it's more about solving my own problems. And if I don't feel the need, then I would not go into it. There are enough problems in the world which I don't relate to, so I would not go into that. As Reddy was saying, and she was also saying that, for example, feedback is something she's very passionate about. So hence the loop is working out for pet is something he's interested in. So happy pet will work out for him. I've also seen founders who have taken many founders that I've worked with raised money. They ideated on a product just to raise money. The idea had merits, but they were not the experts in the domain. They did not know how to sell. It was B2B. They had the tech, but sales and marketing became a bottleneck immediately. So they had to close shop, or we pivoted. We pivoted a shit ton there as well. So that becomes a problem. So learning from all those experiences is that just focus on what you can, you feel the need of. Try to see if there's a decent market enough. If you want to build a venture scale type of business, there are again market research, and there are many functions that you can go and look up. That how what's the TAM, what's the SAM, and then how do you drill down and figure out can I make a venture scale business here, or is this a mom and pop shop type business? For me, I am as Reddy said. Taking money is very nightmarish. So I am seeing some angel interest, but I'm like, please, let me just live in peace. Let me build this product. If I need money, I'll come to you. And the other hack is don't have kids, as Shay is struggling with. My hack is don't have kids. You can put that money back into the business.
They're expensive.
They are very expensive.
They're very expensive.
They are fun toys to have, but very expensive. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll start with this question. Most of us will have this, and one of my friends, he says that whenever I say, hey, guys, we should start a business, he says, no, we have to wait for the $1 billion business here. He never does it. He always, we have to hit that $1 billion. But you guys start with that intention, or what is that? When we will start with, what is
I
it?
don't think so. I think whoever starts with that $1 billion idea never makes $1 billion. Any company who has made it to $1 billion, they always were passionate. Airbnb, look at Facebook from Zuck. Everybody was trying to solve a problem. They're like, this is very interesting. You just figure out, and then you raise city. You do angel, then you do seed, then you do series A. If it has to become $1 billion, it will become $1 billion. Or if the VCs start believing in it and try to pump money, it will become a WeWork. If you haven't seen the WeWork story, I think there's a Netflix documentary, very cool. And the valuation dropped majestically. So do not start with $1 billion idea.
What about you, Shay?
No, I mean, I haven't started with the idea of money. I started with, I really want to solve the problem, the frustration, like the pain point. And I think...
No, but that pain point should have that $1 billion opportunity?
No, I don't think it should. Like, I think if you're doing that, if you're chasing the money and only, then you going to make choices that are probably not wise. Whereas if you're like, I see a problem, I think I'm really well placed with my co-founder to solve that problem, and I wanted to fix that. And if it, I hope it makes money, because that would be nice, those expensive kids to pay for and everything. But I didn't start off with, this is $1 billion. I have no idea. I just know that this, I think, needs to be in the market and it will help people.
Yeah. Anil, I think you already answered, but I wanted to take again.
I like the $1 billion idea.
You like it?
I like it.
You fantastic.
But I never had that in mind. But I really love daydreaming about $1 billion.
Daydreaming,
because it gives me goosebumps, and it feels like my company is worth $1 billion. And I'll tell you this: when I started Lollipop, I daydream a lot. So I was in a very small time.
No. Is it before starting or after starting?
Before starting Lollipop, I used to daydream, thinking that one day I'll start something, and I'll receive an award in some foreign place. I'll be walking a red carpet, and I'll receive an award. And and designers are too good with dream
Imagination,
because you dream every detail. And even the negative part, you dream detail. And for me, that award was like, in detail, I dreamt that I was wearing some tuxedo, walking on a red carpet. And it happened.
It happened, okay.
At Lollipop, I went to Germany.
But if you keep dreaming, right? See, I have another friend, he keeps dreaming and will say, one day I'll start. Like, when is that one day comes?
No, that same day. I'm a same day person.
But when do you start? Oh, you dream it and the same day you start?
I start working on it. For me, ideas are like...
How about like incubating the dream for a long time?
No, it'll die.
Like,
incubation is the center where all the ideas die.
Okay.
So for me, that moment really happened. I went to Germany and I received that award, walking on a red carpet, wearing a tuxedo, and suddenly it felt like, did I dream? Is it a dream or is it real? So nothing wrong with dreaming $1 billion.
Yeah.
So maybe from tomorrow I'll start.
But tomorrow you have to start. Nothing wrong.
$1 billion, I started working on
that I agree with that. That's right. Yeah. So, Shay, I think you are talking about, you have a co-founder, right?
Yes.
So, how do you decide what kind of skills that co-founder should have, and how do you make sure that the relationship would actually be successful?
That's a tricky one, because it's one of those ones where I think it's, for me at least, I'm a typical designer. I go on gut, and it was like, when you know, you know. So in a sense, I have had, like I was saying before, I've had ideas before, kind of floated around, talked to people, but you talk for ages and ages and nothing ever happens. Whereas with my co-founder, it was almost like we had this idea and the very next day we were working on it. And then the week later we registered our partnership, and it's very easy in Australia. It's like $50, so you can start a company, like you fill in an email and it's done. So it was one of those where I think we've got quite complementary skills in that I tend to be maybe a little bit more daydreamy. He's very kind of action focused, and I think that combination just all of a sudden was like, right, we're doing this, and when are we going to launch it? So I think that's a thing in terms of maybe you need to look for people that got complementary skills to your own.
Complementary skills.
Yeah. So where I'm great at some things, and not so good at others, he complements that. And so when we kind of came together, it was very quickly we started to be able to do things because we were filling the gaps in each other's skill set.
Does that person should be your friend, or is it later on you can become a friend?
I think later on to become a friend. Like we've known each other only a year before we did this, and other times when I've discussed with friends ideas, I think it's hard to have some of those conversations around money and who's doing what. But like you should be definitely friendly and get on with that person. But almost if they're too close a friend, it makes conversation hard. It's like having conversations with your husband. Like it can get really hard when you have those awkward ones because they're too close to you. So having a little bit of, having a friendly, professional respect for one another, but not that you're best friends. So you worry so much about hurting the other person's feelings, I think has been a good combination.
Okay. So we have 2 minutes and would like to take, let's say, 2 questions from audience, and we'll see if we for permits, then we can take more, but
Right. Okay.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Pradhan is being here, sir.
Actually, I want to narrate my own experience. After Royal College apart, I did active consultancy as a design company, working in the service mode. That means you have clients and provide designs. It was fairly successful. You can charge enough. But at some point, I realized that since we are shifted into knowledge and creative economy, knowledge and creative mode better than a service mode. Knowledge mode means you completely develop an idea, make the tools and prototypes and everything, and sell the entire know-how to somebody else who is better equipped to take the idea forward. This gives you the freedom to work on another idea. Harishankaran, he was MD of Island FS, said, Kirti, your core competence is generating new ideas. So concentrate just on that. There are other people who take it forward. And so wanting to have, according to me, an office with 80 people, you work hard to pay salaries of those 80 people because of you have to keep on taking more projects. But much more freedom comes if you develop one idea at a time, shift to another idea, or just sit and do other things. I thought I'll point out this difference of being in a creative economy. You sing once, the album continues to be a bestseller. You do one, you get royalty for 20 years. That's all.
Your answer?
Sorry, can you just explain the question?
So basically, like, if you start a company and you have, like you said, 140 people, right? Yeah. Your company?
280 people.
280 people and 140 and 280. Okay. So you keep working and keep getting projects because you have to pay salaries to them.
Yeah.
Instead, and you're good at creating ideas, you work on one idea and then make money, is successful, and then you take another idea and you don't have to worry about paying salaries and all those things and focus on your creative energies. So what is the right thing to do?
I think in my case, when I started Lollipop, there was an option where is Lollipop a lifestyle business for me or a business to scale, grow and get acquired? So I chose the second one. Lollipop was never a lifestyle business for me. I didn't want to build Lollipop and pass it on to my kids. So for me, Lollipop was something that I got into it. And then it had an opportunity to scale. A lot of design studios don't scale because they fear scaling. For them, they love to control the creative and they keep it as a lifestyle business. So I passed that stage and then I came out of that fear of just surviving and running the studio. Then beyond that is a golden opportunity. The opportunity just opens up. Like you open centers in multi locations. We opened in Vietnam. In Vietnam, we are one of the largest design studios. Opportunities came from Korea and neighboring countries. Now we have revenues coming from in and around Vietnam, and Vietnam studio is independent. So we copy pasted the same thing in Middle East and in other part of the world. Now, when you figure out this equation, it's easy to scale the business. So instead of coming back and thinking, let's do one thing and one thing right? So I did multiple things. Like when I introduced research, I had no idea what research was. So I went to IIT, I met a couple of neuroscience students. I invited them to Lollipop Studio. I asked them, can you do something in your domain? Can you practice your thing in my domain? So they said, we can do it, but I have no clue what to do. So I gave them 6 months, do whatever you want, but make sure that my customers understand what you're trying to do. So they kind of wrote a paper about what does human reactions, from the chemical reactions that happens in the brain to your emotional reactions. They wrote a paper about it and I sold that. I sold it to a customer and they paid me more money than UX UI design. And that was an opportunity. And then I scaled research, and Lollipop became research-driven design studio. So research came in the front. Research was, I introduced it after 5 years of running Lollipop.
Great.
So when you keep doing this, right, there are new things that you start introducing and you have to be very open to do it instead of going back and shipping one product at a time. So I was very open to new ideas, and that's what.
All I'm saying is these are different competences. Making a lot of money and developing a new idea completely. So if your core competence is developing new ideas, you should continue to that and give it to somebody who knows how to make a lot of money. So you're completely free of the burden of making a lot of money, but you still make a lot of money.
I think that's what I did with my second company. I invested and I asked the person to build it for me. And yeah.
Yes, sir. Please go forward.
I all. So myself, Deepraj here. So as an entrepreneur, so thanks that I got inside. But when the idea strikes us, right, we tend to stick to it. So Sankalp, there's a question for you, because you said like you had 20 projects and you called it as a project. What is the thing? So how do you pivot towards it? Like, or are you flexible enough to move towards it, or do you, but like, for us it's a struggle. Like, okay, we had those, okay, the idea struck into, and we want to make it a billion, right? So but how to move next then? I think
What's the name, sir?
Deepraj.
Deepraj. So as I said, 20 projects all in the deathbed. You have to brave enough to not get married to your idea. See if somebody is paying for it. Don't wait for, I would say, more than, cap it to 3 months max. If it's not happening in 3 months, put it off. Move to the next idea. Yeah, that's all. Do.
Fabulous. Thank you so much.